friendship.
I think we are too bold upon your rest. Good morrow, Brutus. Do we trouble you?
I've been up this hour, awake all night. Know any of these women that come along with you?
Yes, every one of them. And no one here but honors you, and everyone doth wish you had but that opinion of yourself which every noble Roman bears of you. This Decia Brutus,
She's welcome hither.
this Casca, this Cinna, and this Metellus
They are all welcome. What watchful cares to interpose themselves betwixt your eyes and night?
Shall I entreat a word?
Here lies the east. Doth not the day break here?
No, pardon, miss, it doth. And yon gray lines that fret the clouds are messengers of day.
You shall confess that you are both deceived.
Here, as I point my sword, the sun arises, which is a great wave growing on the south, weighing in the youthful season of the year. Some 2 months hence, up higher, toward the north. He first presents his fire, and the high east stands as the capital directly here.
Give me your hands, all over, one by one.
And let us swear our resolution.
No. Not enough. Not the face of man, sufferance of our souls, time's abuse. If these be motives weak, break off the time, and everyone hence to their idle beds. So let high-sided tyranny range on till each man drop by lottery. Swear priests and cowards and men cutlass, old feeble carrions, and such suffering souls that welcome wrongs. Of the bad causes swear such creatures as men doubt. But do not stain the even virtue of our enterprise, nor the insuppressive metal of our spirits, to think that, or our cause, or our performance did need an oath, when every drop of blood that every Roman bears, and nobly bears, is guilty of several bastardy, if he do break the smallest particle of any promise that has passed from him.
But what of Cicero? Shall we sound him? I think he will stand very strong with us.
Indeed, let us not leave him out.
No, by no means.
Oh, let us have him, for his silver hairs will purchase us a good opinion, and by men's voices commend our deeds. It shall be said his judgment ruled our hands. Our youth and wildness shall no would appear, but all be buried in peace, gravity.
Our names not. Let us not break with them. You'll never follow anything the other men begin.
Then leave him out.
Indeed, he is not fit.
Shall no man else be touched, but only Caesar?
Decia, well urged. I think it is not meet Miss Antony, so well beloved of Caesar, should outlive Caesar. We shall find of her a shrewd contriver, and you know, her means it may stretch so far as to annoy us all, which to prevent, let Antony and Caesar fall together.
Of course will seem too bloody, Cassia, to cut the head off and hack the limbs, like wrapped in death and envy afterwards. For Antony is but a limb of Caesar. Let us be sacrificers, but not butchers.
Yet I fear her for the engrafted love she bears to Caesar.
Alas, Cassia, do not think of her. If she loves Caesar, all that she can is to herself. Take thought and die for Caesar, and that were much she should, for she is given to sports, to wildness, and much company.
There is no fear in her. Let her not die, for she will live and laugh at this hereafter.
Feast. Come the clock.
The clock hath stricken 3.
'Tis time to part.
But it is doubtful yet whether Caesar will come forth today or no. For he is superstitious grown of late, quite from the main opinion he held once of fantasy, of dreams and ceremonies. It may be these apparent prodigies, the unaccustomed terror of this night, and the persuasion of his augurs may hold him from the capital today.
Never fear that. If he be so resolved, I can o'ersway him. For he loves to hear that unicorns may be betrayed with trees, and bears with glasses, elephants with holes, lions
Is that the uttermost?
Be that the uttermost, and fail not then.
The morning comes upon us. Brutus will leave you, and friends disperse yourselves. But all remember what you have said, and show yourselves true Romans.
Good gentlefolk, refreshing merrily, let not our looks put on our purposes, but bear it as our Roman actors do, untied spirits, formal constancy. And so, good morrow to you all.
Nor heaven nor earth have been at peace tonight. Thrice hath Calpurnia in her sleep cried out, "Help, ho! They've murdered Caesar!" Who's it then?
My lord,
Go bid the priests do present sacrifice and bring me their opinions of success.
I will, my lord.
What mean you, Caesar? Think you to walk forth? You shall not stir out of your house today.
Caesar shall forth, for the things that threaten me never look but on my back, when they shall see the face of Caesar. They have vanished.
Caesar, I never stood on ceremonies, yet now they fright me. There is one within, besides the things we have heard and seen. Recounts most horrid sights seen by the watch. A lioness hath whelped in the streets, and graves have yawned and yielded up their dead. Fierce fiery warriors fought upon the clouds, in ranks and squadrons, in right form of war, which drizzled blood upon the Capitol. The noise of battle hurtled in the air. Horses did neigh, and dying men did groan, and ghosts did shriek and squeal about the streets. Oh, Caesar, these things are beyond all use, and I do fear them.
What can be avoided whose end is purposed by the mighty gods? Yet Caesar shall go forth, for these predictions are to the world in general as to Caesar.
When beggars die, there are no comments seen. The heavens themselves blaze forth the death of princes.
Cowards die many times before their deaths. The valiant never taste of death but once. Of all the wonders that I yet have heard, it seems no strange to me that men should fear, seeing that death, necessary end, will come when it will come. What's in the office?
They would not have you to stir forth today, plucking the entrails of an offering forth. They could not find a heart within the beast.
The gods do this in shame of cowardice. Caesar should be a beast without a heart if he should stay at home today for fear. No, Caesar shall not. Danger knows full well Caesar is more dangerous than he. We are two lions littered in one day, and I, the elder, am more terrible. And Caesar shall go forth.
Alas, my lord, your wisdom is consumed in confidence. Do not go forth today! Call it my fear that keeps you in the house, and not your own. Will to the Senate House, and she shall say, "You are not well today." Let me, upon my knee, prevail in this.
Miss Antony shall say I am not well, and for that humor, I shall stay at home today. Here's this here Brutus. She shall tell them so.
Caesar! All hail. Good morrow, worthy Caesar. I come to fetch you to the Senate House.
And you are come in very good times to bear my greetings to the senators and tell them I cannot go. Cannot is false, and dare I say, false. I will not go. Tell them so, Caesar.
Say he is sick.
Shall Caesar send a lie? Have I in conquest stretched mine arm so far to be afeard to tell great beards the truth? Caesar, tell them I will not go.
Most mighty Caesar, let me know some cause, lest I be laughed at when I tell them so.
The cause is in my will. I will not go. That is enough to satisfy the Senate. But for your private satisfaction, because I love you, I'll let you know. Calpurnia here, my wife, stays me at home. She dreamt tonight she saw my statue, which, like a fountain with 100 spouts, did run pure blood. Many lusty Romans came smiling and did bathe their hands in it. And in these does she apply warnings and portents and evils imminent. And on her knee hath begged I stay at home today.
This dream is all misinterpreted. It was a vision, fair and fortunate. Your statue spun blood in many pipes, in which so many smiling Romans bathed, signifies that from you, great Rome shall suck reviving blood, and that great men shall press for tinctures, stains, relics, and cognizance. This, by Calpurnia's dream, is signified.
And in this way have you well expounded it.
I have. When you have heard what I can say, and know it now. The Senate have concluded to give this day a crown to mighty Caesar. If you shall send them word you will not come, their minds may change. Besides, it were a mock apt to be rendered for someone to say, break up the Senate till another time, when Caesar's wife shall meet with better dreams. If Caesar should hide himself, should they not whisper low? Caesar's afraid. Pardon me, Caesar, for my dear, dear love, your proceeding bids me to tell you this. And reason for my love is liable.
How foolish do your fears seem now, Calpurnia? I am ashamed I did yield to them. Give me my robe, for I will go. See, Antony thou rebels long and nights is not withstanding up. Tomorrow, Antony.
Such a most noble Caesar.
Bid them prepare within. I am to blame to be thus waited for. Now, Brutus, now Metellus, what Casca? I have an hour's talk in store for you. Remember that you call on me today. Be near me that I may remember you.
Caesar, I will. And so near will I be that your best friend shall wish I had been further.
Good friends, come in and taste some wine with me, and we, like friends, shall straightway go together.
But every light is not the same, O Caesar. The heart of Brutus urged to think upon.
and his Senate must readdress.
Most high, most mighty, and most puissant Caesar, Metellus tremor thrones before thy seat on humble hearts.
I must prevent thee, Semper. These coachings and these lowly courtesies might fire the blood of ordinary men, and turn preordinance and first decree into the law of children. Be not fond to think that Caesar bears such rebel blood that will be thawed from the true quality of which melteth fools, sweet words, low, crooked curtsies, and base spaniel fawning. Thy brother by decree is banished. Thou dost bend and pray and fawn for him. I spur thee like a cur out of my way. No, Caesar doth not wrong, nor without cause will he be satisfied.
Is there no voice more worthy than my own to sound sweetly in great Caesar's ear for the repelling of my banished brother?
I kiss thy hand, but not in flattery, dear Caesar. The desire be that Publius Semper be given immediate freedom of repeal.
What? Brutus?
Pardon, Caesar. Caesar, pardon, as low as to thy foot. But Cassia fall to beg enfranchisement for Publius Semper.
I could be well moved if I were as you. If I could pray to be moved, prayers would move me. But I am as constant as the northern star, of whose true fixed and resting quality there is no fellow in the firmament. The skies are painted with unnumbered sparks. They are all fire, and every one doth shine. But one and all doth hold his place, so in the world 'tis furnished well with men, and men are flesh and blood, and apprehensive. Yet, in the number I do know but one, that unassailable hold on his reign, unshaked of motion, and that I am he. Let me a little show it. Even in this, that I was constant, Semper should be banished, and constant do remain to keep her so.
Oh, Caesar!
Hence! Wilt thou lift up Olympus?
Great Caesar!
Doth not Brutus Publius kneel?
Speak! Hands for me!
Then fall. Caesar!
Ambition's debt is paid.
Go to the pulpit, Brutus, and Cassia, too. Stand back together. Be some friends of Caesar should chance.
Talk not of standing. There's no harm intended to your person, nor to no Roman else.
Whereas Antony fled to her house amazed. Men, wives, and children stare, cry out, and run as it were doomsday.
How many ages hence shall this, our lofty scene, be acted over in states unborn and accents yet unknown?
How many times shall Caesar bleeding spore? And now here in lovely spaces lies no worthier than the dust.
So oft as that shall be, so often shall the not of us be called the men that gave their country liberty.
Soft. Who comes here? Friend Antony's.
Thus, Brutus, did my master bid me kneel. Thus did Miss Antony bid me fall down, and being prostrate, thus she bade me say, Brutus is noble, wise, valiant, and honest. Caesar was mighty, bold, royal, and loving. Say, I love Brutus, and I honor him. Say, I feared Caesar, honored him, and loved him. If Brutus were to vouchsafe that Antony may safely come to him, and be resolved how Caesar hath deserved to lie in death, Miss Antony shall not love Caesar well, so while Brutus living, but will follow the fortunes and affairs of noble Brutus through the hazards of this untrod state with all true faith. So says my master Antony.
My master's a wise and valiant Roman. I never thought her worse. Tell her, so please her to come on to this place. She shall be satisfied, and by my honor, depart untouched.
I'll fetch her presently.
I know that we shall have her well to friend.
I wish that we may, but I have a mind that fears her much, and my misgivings still fall shrewdly to the purpose.
And here comes Miss Antony. Welcome, Miss Antony.
Oh, mighty Caesar, dost thou lie so low? Are all thy conquests, glories, triumphs, spoils shrunk to this little measure? Fare thee well. I know not, gentlefolk, what you intend. Who else must be let blood? Who else is rank? If I myself, I see no hour so fit as Caesar's death's hour, nor no instrument of half that worth as those your swords made rich with the most noble blood of all this world. I do beseech you, if you bear me hard, now whilst your purple hands do creak and smoke, fulfill your pleasure. Live 1,000 years, I shall not find myself so apt to die. No place will please me so, no mean of death, as here by Caesar, and you cut off the choice and master spirits of this age.
Oh, Antony, beg not your death of us. So now we must appear bloody and cruel by our hands in this present act you see we do, yet see you but our hands in this bleeding business they have done. Our hearts you see not, they are pitiful, and pity to the general wrong of Rome. As fire drives out fire, so pity hath done this deed on Caesar. For your part, our swords have leaden points, Miss Antony. Our arms and strength of malice and our hearts of the brother's temper do receive you in all kind love, good thoughts, and reverence.
Your voice will be as strong as any man's in the disposing of new dignities.
Alas, what shall I say? My credit now stands on such slippery ground that one of two bad ways you must conceit me, either a coward or a flatterer. Oh, that I did love thee, Caesar. Oh, 'tis true. If then thy spirit look upon us now, shall it not grieve thee dearer than thy death to see thy Antony making her peace, shaking the bloody fingers of thy foes, most noble, in the presence of thy corpse? Had I as many eyes as thou hast wounds, weeping as fast as they stream forth thy blood, it would become me better than to close in terms of friendship with thine enemies. Pardon me, Tullius. Here wast thou made, brave heart. Here didst thou fall, and here thy hunters stand, signed in thy spoil and crimsoned in thy league.
Miss Antony.
Pardon me, Caius Caesar. If the enemies of Caesar shall say this, then in a friend it is a cold modesty.
I blame you not for praising Caesar so. What compact mean you to have with us? Will you be quick to number of our friends, or shall we on and not depend on you?
Therefore I took your hands, but was indeed swayed from the point by looking down on Caesar. Friends am I with you all, and love you all, upon this hope, that you shall give me reasons why and wherein Caesar was dangerous.
Or else for this savage spectacle, our reasons are so full of good reason that regard that were you, Antony, the daughter of Caesar, you should be satisfied.
We will be satisfied. Let us be satisfied. We will be satisfied. Let us be satisfied. We will be satisfied. Let us be satisfied. We will be satisfied. Let us be satisfied.
Then follow me and give audience, friends. Cassia, go you to the other street, part the numbers. Those that will hear me speak, stay here. Those that will go with Cassia, follow her. And public reasons shall be rendered of Caesar's death. Be patient to the last. Friends, Romans, and lovers, hear me for my cause. Be silent if you may hear. Believe me in mine honor, and have respect to mine honor that you may believe. Censure me in your wisdom, and awake your senses that you may the better judge. If there be anyone in this assembly, any dear friend of Caesar's, to him I say that Brutus's love to Caesar was no less than his. Then that friend wonder why Brutus rose against Caesar. Here's my answer. Not that I love Caesar less, but that I loved Rome more. Would you rather Caesar be alive and die all slaves, than Caesar dead and live all free men? Caesar loved me. I weep for him. As he was fortunate, I rejoice at it. As he was valiant, I honor him. But as he was ambitious, I slew him. There are tears for his love, joy for his fortune, honor for his valor, and death for his ambition. Who here is so base that would be a bondman? If any speak, for him have I offended. Who here is so rude that would not be a Roman? If any speak, for him have I offended. Who here is so vile that would not love their country? If any speak, for him have I offended. I pause for reply.
None.
Then none have I offended. I have done no more to Caesar than you shall do to Brutus. Question of his death is enrolled in the Capitol. His glory not extenuated wherein he was worthy, nor his offenses enforced for which he suffered death. But here comes his body, mourned by Miss Antony, who, though she had no hand in his death, shall receive the benefit of his dying, a place in the Commonwealth. As which of you shall not? With this I depart. Now will I slew my best lover for the good of Rome. I have the same dagger for myself when it shall please my country to need my death.
Triumph unto his house.
Give him a statue with his
Let
ancestors.
him be Caesar.
Caesar's better part shall be crowned in Brutus.
We'll bring him to his house with shouts and clamors.
My countrymen,
Peace, Brutus speaks.
Peace. Oh,
good countrymen, let me depart alone, and for my sake, stay here with Antony.
Stay! Oh, and let us hear Miss Antony.
Let her go up into the public chair.
we'll hear noble
Yeah.
Antony.
For Brutus' sake, I am beholding to you. You gentle Romans. Friends, Romans, countrymen, lend me your ears. I come to bury Caesar, not to praise him. The evil that men does lives after them. The good is oft interred with their bones. So let us be with Caesar. The noble Brutus had told you that Caesar was ambitious, and if it were so, it were a grievous fault, and grievously had Caesar answered it. Here, under leave of Brutus and the rest, for Brutus is an honorable man. So were they all honorable men, come I to speak in Caesar's funeral. He was my friend, faithful and just to me. But Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. He hath brought many captives home to Rome, whose ransoms did the general coffers fill.
Did this in Caesar seem ambitious? When did the poor have cried, Caesar have wept? Ambition should be made of sterner stuff. But Brutus says he was ambitious, and Brutus is an honorable man. You all did see that on the Lupercal, I thrice presented him a kingly crown, which he did thrice refuse. Was this ambition? Yet Brutus says he was ambitious. And sure, he is an honorable man. I speak not to disprove what Brutus spoke, but here I am to speak what I do know. You all did love him once, not without cause. What cause withholds you then to mourn for him? Oh, judgment, thou art fled to brutish beasts, and men have lost their reason. Bear with me. My heart is in the coffin there with Caesar, and I must pause till it come back to me.
Methinks there is much reason in her sayings.
If thou consider rightly the matter, then Caesar has had great wrong.
Has he, masters? I fear there will a worse come in her place.
Mark you her words, he would not take the crown, therefore 'tis certain he was not ambitious.
If it be found so, some may deride it.
Poor soul, her eyes are red as fire with weeping.
There's not a nobler woman in Rome than Antony.
Now mark her, she begins again to speak.
But yesterday, the word of Caesar might have stood against the world. Now lies he there, and none so poor to do him reverence. Oh, masters, if I were disposed to stir your hearts and minds to rage and mutiny, I should do Brutus wrong, and Cassia wrong, who you all know are honorable men. I will not do them wrong. I rather choose to wrong the dead, to wrong myself and you, than I would wrong such honorable men. But here's a parchment with the seal of Caesar. I found it in his closet. 'Tis his will. Let the commons hear this testament, which, pardon me, I do not mean to read. And they would go and kiss dead Caesar's wounds, dip their napkins in his sacred blood, yea, beg a hair of him for memory, and, upon dying, mention it within their wills, bequeathing it as a rich legacy unto their issue.
Read the will. We'll hear it, Miss Antony.
Have patience, gentle friends, I must not read it. It is not meet you know how Caesar loved you. You are not wood, you are not stones, but men, and being men, hearing the will of Caesar, it will inflame you. It will make you mad. 'Tis good you know not that you are his heirs, for if you should, oh, what would come of it?
Read the will. We will hear it, Antony.
The will! Will you be patient? Will you stay a while?
Yes.
I have overshot myself to tell you of it. I fear I wronged the honorable men whose daggers have stabbed Caesar. I do fear it.
They were traitors. Honorable men.
The will
Yes,
Murderers! Just read it!
You will compel me then to read the will. Yes. Then make a ring about the corpse of Caesar and let me show you him that made the will. Shall I descend, and will you give me leave?
Yes, come down now.
If you have tears, prepare to shed them now. You all do know this mantle.
traitors, villains!
Oh, please!
We will be revenged!
Countrymen! Peace! Oh, let us hear Miss Antony.
We'll hear her, we'll follow her, we'll die with her.
Good friends, sweet friends, let me not stir you up to such a sudden flood of mutiny. They that have done this deed are honorable. What private griefs they have, alas, I know not, that made them do it, but they are wise and honorable, and will no doubt with reasons answer you. I come not, friends, to steal away your hearts. I am no orator, as Brutus is, but as you know me all, a plain, blunt man that love my friend, and that they know full well that gave me public leave to speak of him, for I have neither wit, nor words, nor work, no action, nor utterance, or power of speech to stir men's blood. I only speak right on. I tell you that which you yourselves do know, show you sweet Caesar's wounds, poor, poor dumb mouths, and bid them speak for me. But I were Brutus, and Brutus Antony, there would be an Antony that would ruffle up your spirits and put a tongue in every wound of Caesar that should move the stones of Rome to rise and mutiny.
We'll burn the house of Brutus.
Wait a minute, come seek the conspiracy. Yet hear me, countrymen. Yet hear me speak.
Here, Antony.
Why, friends, you go to do you know not what. Wherefore had Caesar deserved your loves? Alas, you know not. I must tell you then. You have forgot the will I told you of. Here is the will, and under the seal of Caesar, to every Roman citizen he gives, to every several man, 75 drachmas.
Oh, noble Caesar will revenge his death!
Hear me with patience. Moreover, he hath left you all his walks, private arbors and new planted orchards on this side Tiber, common pleasures to walk about and recreate yourselves. He hath left them to you and to your heirs forever. Here was a Caesar. When comes such another?
Good seeing you all. Thank you for having me.
She's trying to make it down. She's like, I'm coming down. She doesn't make it. Okay, walk this way. Come on, you want me to shake out?
They know it too. Yes, I said to you in the group chat. I said to you in the group chat. Yeah. I added you to it. I added you to it.
Isabella. I just want to make sure that we don't. Hang on, this is still recording.